I'm one of the partners in this venture today to ensure that the world knows that we need to pull the methane emergency break. We call it an emergency break because we're in a climate emergency and because cutting methane, is the only way that we know to slow down warming in the near term, and the only strategy that can avoid the 5 tipping points, the irreversible and likely catastrophic tipping points that are lurking ahead between the 1.5 degrees Celsius, where we are today, and the 2 degrees that we're going to hit tomorrow. These tipping points include the loss of the Greenland ice sheet with meters of sea level rise. Another tipping point is the shutdown of the Atlantic current, AMOC, which will destabilize the climate system of the world. It'll leave the heat that used to be transported north in the southern hemisphere, and that will further destabilize the West Antarctic ice sheet, which has another 3 meters of sea level rise. So it's essential to cut methane. We have many promises to do so. We have many pledges, the Global Methane Pledge, now signed by 150 countries. And I'm glad that they have signed on. We have the Oil and Gas Decarbonization Charter from COP28, where 50 oil companies said we will cut our methane emissions to near zero and we'll stop the dangerous flaring that we're doing. And we'll do this all by 2030. These are important promises that show what can be done. But in an emergency, you can't rely just on promises. It is too late. If these promises are broken, it won't just be a broken promise. It'll be a broken climate system. And a broken climate system will mean a broken civilization. So let's get together. Let's all pledge to pull the methane emergency brake and do it with mandatory mitigation measures at all levels of government, from the municipal level to the level of the state, to national measures, to regional measures like the European methane regulation, and ultimately at the international level. And we have one brilliant model for a methane agreement, and that is the Montreal Protocol, the treaty that has already solved the first great threat to the global atmosphere from fluorinated gases destroying stratospheric ozone, and also has done more for climate than any other treaty, already avoiding as much warming as carbon dioxide causes today, and on course to avoid 2.5 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. The Montreal Protocol is our model. The Montreal Protocol is our inspiration, and we now need to take mandatory measures at all levels of government and pull the emergency brake. Thank you.